Comic Book Savant Extra, Episode 8. Welcome back to the Inner Sanctum. This is Comic Book Savant Extra, Episode 8. I'm going to be doing another comic book haul episode. At the first two, you guys have responded really positively to, so I just thought it would be fun to keep doing it, give you guys an idea of the stuff that I'm picking up, and go into some detail on why. So without further ado, this was a really big month for me just for a few things. I got some things in the works on getting some more comics in, and I'm going to be doing a few things that are in the works in the future that you'll be hearing about over the next few months. So I had opportunity to order a couple of books from a couple of different places that I actually will be giving physical copies on. But again, the details of that will be coming. I'm still primarily, for anything I'm buying directly, I'm doing through digital, mainly through Comixology. So this, for me, is a way bigger month than what I normally would do outside of it being like a huge sale on Comixology. But again, more on that to come. It's going to be some cool giveaways and a lot of other stuff coming in the future to help fortify Comic Book Savant going into the future. I have a lot of big plans I want to talk about between now and August when we do the 13th anniversary of the show, launching into that 13th year. And where I want to take the show, I have a lot of big plans, and hopefully with some of the things that are being worked on in the background, it's going to ensure all those things that I want to happen. But this month, let's see, I got behind on Walking Dead. If you've listened to the podcast any amount of time, I'm a huge Walking Dead comic book series fan. I've kind of been turned off for the show over the past year or two. But I caught up as far as picking up issues. I got issues 176 through 179. I got those at a discount because of my Comixology Unlimited, so I paid $5.37 for those 3 issues that I picked, or 4 issues that I picked up. 166, 176. Yeah, so for the 4 issues, I got for a total of $5.37. Actually, on Comixology, they were giving away, and this is one cool thing I can say about Comixology that you have to look out for because they have so many different things hidden about throughout the site. I was just peering through the site, and they had Valerian Volume 1, The City of Shifting Waters, and that first volume was absolutely free. All you had to do was click on it to get it instantly. They added it to your queue for free, so I got that totally for free just as a surprise going through the site. I came across it. I picked up Tales of Suspense 57. I got that for $169. Just different back issues that I'm seeing of stories I hadn't read. I'm trying to remember. Tales of Suspense 57. It's linked to some character. I don't know what character it was. And I wanted to read their background. Let me look on Comixology since I just recently bought it. I'm trying to remember what character origin it's related to. When I picked that up, I've been picking up so much stuff now. 57. Oh, Hawkeye's origin. That's what it was. I've been on this Hawkeye kick. I did a really good trade review of Hawkeye, Earth's Mightiest Marksman on the YouTube channel, and it just took me down a rabbit hole because I'm a huge Hawkeye fan, and I was doing research and found out what his first appearance was in comics, and I wanted to read it, so I was able to find it on Comixology, and it was only $169, so I picked that up, so I want to read that. Not too long ago, I did a review on I picked up the old Avengers issue that was the origin of Vision, and I read and reviewed that not too long ago. And I'm just starting to be fascinated by that. And since digitally you can get these books so cheap, just to pick them up to read for the historical value, if you're interested in a character, I'm snatching these up now as I'm getting more into back reading. I'm jumping all over as far as like historic stuff now, and those are books I never read before. And it's just funny because you think those books are so old, and you get into the current books, how they read. Certain times they take a little bit longer to read because they're so dense, but they're still like really fun reads because they're classic books. So I haven't read it yet, but it was one of the books that I picked up, being inspired of reading some of the back Hawkeye stuff. I heard about his origin, but I never read it, so I wanted to pick that issue up. I've been trying to finish out my Batman, Scott Snyder Batman run. I pretty much had all the issues except for the last four or five issues, and then the annuals. So they had a Batman sale going on for Scott Snyder, So I picked up Batman issues 48 through 52. I spent $4.95 for those 4 or 5 issues. Again, it was a sale for Scott Snyder Batman run on Comixology, so I got those really good price. And then I also picked up Batman annuals 1, 3, and 4. I already had 2, so I filled out that whole run. Also, Batman's Futures End. For the 3 annuals, I paid $2.97 total for those 3. Again, part of the sale. Batman Futures End, issue 1 I got for 99¢, and I picked up the Dark Days, The Forge for 99¢. I picked up Dark Days, The Casting, number 1 for 99¢, and I was able to pick up Dark Knight's Metals, issue 1 through 3, for $4.97 for those issues. So they were all linked in that sale, and I was interested about the metal event. So since these were on sale and they were all linked to part of the sale with the Scott Snyder's run, and I knew he wrote that, I just went ahead and picked all that stuff up while I could. And I just saw they are releasing, I don't know if it came out this week or it's coming out this month, but I think the Dark Knight Metal as well as the metal event is coming out in trade. I think it's this week or this month that they did a trailer for it on YouTube that I saw. So I'm glad I got it at a reduced price, because more than likely DC is kind of shaky on the sales. So I don't know if they'll be on sale anytime soon. So at least I got the bulk of those stories, and I can read up and see if I want to continue getting the rest of the set, as time, passes. I also picked up Gamora Memento Mori trade paperback. I only paid $2.54 for this. I read the first issue of this Gamora series off of Comixology Unlimited. They had the first issue. I read it. I really liked it. It gave some real good backstory to Gamora, and especially Gamora and Nebula's relationship. It sets up so much of their relationship we happen to see in Avengers Infinity War. And I thought that was interesting. The series was written from trying to remember Rita Perlman. She helped write the first Guardians of the Galaxy script. She wrote this. Came out, if I remember correctly, this came out between Guardians 1 and 2 when she did this series. So I stumbled across it on there. I read the first issue. Shortly thereafter, it was on sale. The trade was on sale. I think this was a 4 or 5 issue limited series. So for $2.54, you couldn't beat just going ahead and picking up the whole thing. So I did that. I got Amazing Age 0 issue for free. I picked up the new Avengers series, issues 1 and 2 for $7.63. I pretty much paid cover. I think I get like a 20% or 25% a discount with Comixology Unlimited for Marvel books, so it knocked off a little off those books, but it still, paid out the gills. I also picked up Justice League No Justice issues 1 and 2. I spent $7.98. I get no discount on DC Comics through Comixology Unlimited, so I just paid full price for those. I was able to pick up some of, I don't know if I got every single one, but I was able to pick up a lot of the free Comic Book Day books digitally for free. They rolled them out. Comixology used to do, like, on free Comic Book Day, they would have them listed and they would have them spotlighted. They did away with that for some reason over the past couple of years. Now they kind of roll out a little bit afterwards. I don't know if it's how they have it worked out with the different publishers. They kind of roll out, and you have to check the free comics tab or recent releases tab, because new books are coming on Comixology each day, and they just kind of start popping up the week after free Comic Book Day. So I went through and I was able, as they appeared, as they were released, I picked them up. So I got the Spider-Man / Guardians of the Galaxy free Comic Book Day issue. I got the Avengers Captain America free Comic Book Day issue. I also got the Lady, I hope I pronounced that correct, Mechanica free Comic Book Day issue. Adventure Time, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers one. I think that's all of them. I think that was the 5 that were available that I snatched up. Again, totally free. Just click it, add it to your queue on there. So that's always cool. I also picked up Jupiter Jet Volume 1. They're on Action Lab Comics, which I've had a relationship with in the past. I know those guys over there. They actually came on as a sponsor at one time on the podcast. They do great work over there. I love what they've done, starting out as a super small company, and they've grown over the past, going on soon to be like 10 years. I want to say definitely over the past 5 or 6 years they've grown so much. It's done by Jason Inman and his wife. I'm forgetting her name right now. Hold on, let me pull him up on Instagram because I follow him on Instagram. Oh, man. I meant to write this down. Ashley V. Robinson. Jason Inman, he was on the, if you've ever watched DC All Access on YouTube, he was the host on that. For a couple of years. He recently parted ways with them, and I've known him since that. I watched Collider Video. They have a really cool comic book show called Collider Heroes, and they co-host on the show from time to time. They're one of the panelists they have on there. They did a Kickstarter for Jupiter Jet. They finally got the individual issues out. The trade came out. I didn't pick up the individual issues. When I realized that it was out digitally, I know it was out in comic shops. They were already soliciting the trade paperback, and that came out, I think, the very end of the month, the very last week in May. So I had pre-ordered it through Comixology, got it. I got it with a slight discount, so I think it was like retail $5.99 with a discount. I got it for $5.39. So I wanted to support them because I've been big fans of just them as as comic book fans and the work that he did with DC All Access, and just hearing his thoughts and views on the Heroes video show. I like both of them, so I wanted to support them. And I preach this not just for myself, for just like, if you're a fan of comics and comic creators, be it podcasters, personalities, when they go out and they do projects, and the projects they do that you enjoy, please support them. That ensures that they keep doing what they do that you enjoy. So I thought it was my responsibility to pick up the book and try it out. I'm going to do a review, and it was kind of cool because I still bought it. I ended up getting a review copy because I get review PDFs of comics through my relationship with Action Lab Comics. and I got it, but I had already pre-ordered the book, and I still wanted to support them, so I would have bought the book anyway just to help support. But I got the review copy, then I actually bought the digital copy. So it's just showing love and support for two really great creators. So definitely, if you haven't checked it out, I haven't read it yet, I haven't reviewed it, but just from hearing interviews and stuff they did, and them talking about the book, a lot of love went into it. So definitely help support. I'll be doing a review on the YouTube channel of the trade when I get around to it. It's on the stack of reading through the order I got from In Stock Trades that I talked about. I'm reading through all those trades now because I'm going to be giving those away coming up. So I'm trying to get through those first, but it's one of the first books I'm going to read after I plow through that stuff, because I've been reading like crazy just for reviews that I want to do via the podcast as well as the YouTube channel. So show them some love, follow them on social media as well. Just search for Jason Inman and Ashley V. Robinson. And let's see, what else do I have? What else did I pick up? This was a crazy month. Like I said, it was a lot of sales. I ended up getting a lot of good deals. So I really stretched my dollar quite a bit because like I tell you all the time, when it comes to me in comics, I ball on a budget, and I mean it to the fullest. I picked up issue 1 of the Hawkeye series that was from 2003, 2004. I picked up the first issue, got it for $169. I've been slowly picking up the Fantastic Four run it ran from 1998 to 2012. This is the run that Carlos Pacheco did. I've been picking up his run was only like, I want to say like 12 or so issues. He was on the book for like a year or so. I've been slowly picking those up for when I can. So they're again, I paid $169. I got issue 40. So I think I have like 4 or 5 more of those issues to pick up to complete his run. I'm going to go back and read it and do a review on his run because I really enjoyed it. Not just for the artwork he wrote some really cool Fantastic Four stories. Then I also picked up, because I've been obsessed recently with all things Hawkeye, I picked up all new Hawkeye this is the 2015 series. I picked up issue 3. I think I read issues 1 and 2. So it's slowly just been, as I get a few extra bucks, I'll fill out that run. So I'm getting every Hawkeye series available slowly but surely. Let's see. I also picked up Star Wars Dr. Aphra issue 6. I had been picking up the issues loose, and they had a Star Wars sale. And they recently, with Solo coming out, they had another Star Wars sale, and this was the one I was missing to complete the first run for the first trade. So I went ahead and snatched that up. Only paid 84 cents for that with my little discount on Comixology. They had a DC sale. And I started reading Starman, and I read the first Starman trade years ago, and I did a review of that trade on the podcast. And I've been wanting to go back and read this run, the Starman DC Comics run with Jack Knight. So many people raved about it when I first got into podcasting, and those trades were super hot and hard to find because everybody was recommending it and everybody was buying it. They are slowly but surely becoming available digitally. So they had the next trade on sale. So I picked that up for $5.99. Starman Night and Day. So I'll be reviewing that at some point down the road. I picked up also during this DC sale, they had Checkmate by Greg Rucka Book 2 trade paperback. I just had picked up the last DC sale they had, Volume 1. And I love this Checkmate series. It's super underrated, and it was so good. I'm going to read both books and do like a mega review down the road. So that's why I wanted to pick up his whole run. I want to say I think the book, his run on the book lasted 29 or 32 issues. Or maybe the series ran 32 issues, and maybe Rucka was on board for like 27 of them or something like that. I got to go back and look, but I'm going to do a review on book 1 and 2 of this Checkmate run down the road. So be on the lookout for that. And this last thing that I bought in May was based on one of the trades I got from my in-stock trades haul. And if you haven't seen the unboxing, I did an unboxing video for an order I placed through in-stock trades. I did an unboxing video on the YouTube channel, so check that out and you'll see what books I got. But one of those books I picked up was Batman Earth 1 Volume 1. I really enjoyed it. Based on the fact that I enjoyed it, I saw that it was a Volume 2 out. So since it was a DC sale, I could get it for only $5.99. So I picked up Batman Earth 1 Volume 2 trade paperback. I'll be doing a review on Volume 1 coming up soon, and then once I read Volume 2, I'll also do a review on that. At this point, I don't know. I'm going to kind of split it up some and not just do all my individual trade reviews on the YouTube channel. I'm going to kind of mix it up and do some here, some there. So people that like when I do trade reviews, if they don't go to the YouTube channel, though I don't know why you wouldn't, because I'm doing great content over there, so you don't miss out. So the content is kind of split, because not everyone, I know everyone doesn't have time to, to watch on their phones or if when you're at home, you might not want to sit in front of your computer and watch content. But again, it's where I'm branching off to help expand the brand of Comic Book Savant. So I'm trying to do different things, different places, so you have a variety of content from me in different places and on different formats. So that's kind of my thought process in doing the YouTube channel and doing only certain content there, and so on and so forth. And I only do the TV reviews, the season reviews. So if you've been wondering, because I normally used to do that stuff here on the podcast, if you want to know my thoughts on any of the CW shows since they've ended, all that is on the YouTube channel. I've reviewed Black Lightning, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, all the shows that have finished. Pretty much all the reviews for those are up already or forthcoming. Also, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I did a review for them that just came out this week or last week. Came out last week on the YouTube channel, and it's one more forgetting, but pretty much all the TV shows, main shows that I normally would cover. Star Wars Rebels, that was the 4th and final season of the show. I did a review for that. I like my Voltron reviews, all that stuff. Jessica Jones season 2, all of those reviews you can find on the YouTube channel. So if you're wondering where certain content is, always just take a moment, check out youtube.com/Comic Book Savant, subscribe to the channel and click the bell notification, and it'll let you know when new content is coming out. But that's where that kind of stuff is. And that's all I pretty much picked up. This was a bigger month because, like I said, normally I don't pick up a ton unless it's a really good sale on Comixology. But I've been, flip-flopping, and been picking up some good stuff. And like I said, I did the haul for in-stock trades. I also did a haul for DCBS, but the books, I ordered them a couple of months ago. They're the books that are dropping this month. I elected just to get one shipment at the end of the month, so I actually won't be getting all those books until the end of June. So I'll just get one big shipment. I think it's 18 or 20 books that I'm getting from that shipment. So there are different things that are coming out scattered throughout the month. I didn't want to pay extra to have the shipping every week just for a couple of books. I just was I'll get one big shipment at the end of the month. So that'll be a big haul that I'll be doing as well. I'm trying to think about anything else I've been working on. I've been working hard on a lot of different content for the podcast. I appreciate all you guys' support. It's been phenomenal growth, especially for the YouTube channel. I had a big bump in growth this past month. I appreciate it. I've been working really hard just to offer diverse content and plenty of it. You definitely, I've been putting out more episodes per month. I promised you guys I was going to do that between the regular episodes of Comic Book Savant proper and Comic Book Savant Extra. And I've been trying to change it up. And again, with the extra episodes, it's no fluff, no puff, no advertisers. I just jump into the content, give it to you clean. and give you some insight into myself and kind of what motivates me to do what I do. Some of the stuff that I'm into personally outside of the bigger topics you get in the regular episodes. You guys have responded in droves. Again, share the content if you know anyone that's into comics and want to know more about them. You know, what I'm trying to make this into, and what I always intended this to be, is a resource for comic fans of all types, levels. You don't have to feel like this is, if you're just getting into comics, you can't listen to the podcast. Or if you've been collecting comics for a long time, you can't listen to this podcast. This is a podcast for everyone. And that's what I've been striving, I think in branching out and just the more I'm talking to you guys, the Facebook group has been growing, which I appreciate you guys. You guys have been reaching out and contacting me via like Facebook, also on social media. And the more, it's helping me get a better vision of what this really is. What I intended Comic Book Savant to be when I started to what it is now has evolved greatly. And it's mainly based on you guys in the community. And I want to keep building that community as strongly as possible. So if you haven't been, again, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Comic Book Savant. I can't even say my own name, Comic Book Savant. All one word, COMICBOOKSANV. Okay, I'm going to do this again. COMICBOOKSAVANT. And you can follow me on Facebook, facebook.com, Comic Book Savant, all one word. That'll take you to the Facebook page. It's also a group connected to it. If you go to the page, you click on community, it should take you over. You could just ask to join the group and I'll approve it and you'll be in the group. And I throw different topics out that I want to work on. I talk about stuff that I'm reading currently for future episodes, things like that. So I can get feedback and I can throw things against you guys to kind of see if you think it's a good idea or not. It just helps me shape the content that I want to put out in the future. So it's a lot of cool things. It's a crazy. We're coming up on a crazy month. We got The Incredibles 2 coming out. We just had Solo come out. Ant-Man and the Wasp is less than a month away as well. So it'll be reviews for all that stuff. And there's already been a Solo review. It'll be an Incredibles 2 review, as well as the Ant-Man and Wasp review forthcoming. I think that's all that I have for you guys for this episode. So I will see you guys next time for another episode of Comic Book Savant Extra. You have a good week, and I will see you soon. Take care.